Honesty alone is not enough. I know that feeling of exhaustion you get staring at that screen in the middle of the night. I'm doing everything right, I'm not wronging anyone, so why am I still not where I deserve to be? Because you've been fed a massive lie. You were led to believe that if you put on your good person mask and work hard, you'll win. But behind those closed doors, at the table where promotions and real power are distributed, a completely different, ruthless game is being played. The name of this chess game, which most of us deny but fall victim to every day, is power. This video is not some self-help garbage. This is a manifesto on how to survive at that table and take what's yours. Today we are taking Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power out of its dull, academic language. Either you learn the rules and sit at the table, or you become a silent pawn sacrificed in someone else's story. Put on your armor. Let's begin. Level 1, Defense and the Art of Camouflage. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Don't scramble to impress your superiors. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. Don't show off until you've gathered the power. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Friends are always prone to envying you. A former enemy, however, will work like a dog to prove their loyalty. Draw your boundaries. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Don't broadcast every plan. I always have a dark room. Nobody in my close circle knows about this channel you're watching right now. Your greatest power is that no one knows what you're actually doing. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Stay silent in a crisis. Silence makes the other side doubt themselves and forces them into mistakes. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Once trust is broken, the collapse begins. Your name is your greatest asset. Protect it. Law 6. Court attention at all cost. I'll never forget my days working as a courier. Instead of soullessly applying on LinkedIn from home, I went out into the field and created content. If you are invisible, you don't exist. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. People think I'm doing this all alone, but the dozens of AI tools I use are my employees. I am the conductor. Learn to use leverage. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Don't chase breathlessly, use the right bait and wait. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Let your results speak for you, not your words. Law 10. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Emotions are a virus. I cut ties with a high school friend who constantly complained. Now I am at peace and he is still miserable. Filter your circle ruthlessly. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. If you're the only one who can solve a problem in a company, you are the free one, not your boss. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your opponent. A single sincere gesture covers dozens of your strategic moves behind the scenes. Everything up to this point was just to keep you alive, but if you want to have a say at that table, you must step out of defense and learn to play with minds. Now, things are going to get a little ugly. Level 2. Psychological warfare and manipulation. Law 13. Appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy. Don't remind anyone of your past favors. Show them the benefit. I return favors immediately, so I am not bound by a debt of gratitude. Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. This is Game of Thrones. Stay on listening mode, gather intel, but don't give yourself away. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. A snake left wounded will bite you one day. Don't leave the job half done. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Being constantly available lowers your value. I once overdid the disappearing act and was forgotten. Find that fine balance. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Being predictable reduces respect. Break expectations. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Work from home, but don't disconnect from the world. Isolation makes you a target, not safe. Law 19. Know who you are dealing with. Don't underestimate vindictive people. I used to be one. Months later, I made my move. Analyze your opponent. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. If you hand over the strings to someone else, you become a mere puppet. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Playing dumb when necessary provides incredible intelligence. Let the other person think they are smarter than you. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Don't fight foolishly against an overwhelming force. Surrender, buy time, and return another day on your own terms. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Multitasking is a lie. Focus on a single fortress and become indestructible. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. Respect experience, maintain your grace. Doors will open quietly for you. Level 3. The theater of power and perception. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Don't be an extra in someone else's script. Seneca says, fate leads the willing and drags the reluctant. Resist and rewrite yourself. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. You can't solve every crisis with your own hands. Learn to use strategic proxies. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Leverage the human need to believe. Understand the power of a cause. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. It's 2026. If you hesitate, don't enter. If you enter, go all in. You'll learn along the way. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Don't just save today. If you don't see the finish line, you'll get lost in someone else's plan. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Hide your sweat and effort so the respect you command reaches legendary proportions. Law 31. Control the options. Don't give people infinite freedom. Offer them two choices you've predetermined. No matter which they pick, you win. Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. I don't like selling cotton candy dreams. I always tell the truth, but never forget that the masses are hungry for fantasy. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Everyone has a weak point. Keep that information only to protect yourself. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Give back twice what you get. If it's war, war. If it's love, love. Walk with your head high. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Be patient and punctual. This is an indicator of how in control you are of your own life. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring those who show off is the most painful answer you can give them. Level 4. Mastery and the final strike. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Numbers don't sell. Stories sell. Be theatrical. Law 38. Think as you like but behave like others. Look like part of the herd, but build your own kingdom in your mind. Keep your opinions to yourself. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Anger leads to mistakes. I got burned a lot in the past. Now, I learn to off-balance my opponent while staying perfectly centered. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. There's always an invisible prize beneath what's free. Don't look cheap. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Learn from your masters, but don't be a cheap copy of them. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Isolate that troublemaker poisoning you, and the noisy crowd around them will scatter on its own. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. You can't force anyone to your side. Stay honest and your tribe will find you. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Sometimes just holding a mirror up to your enemy is enough to drown them in their own anger. Law 45. Preach the need for change but never reform too much at once. I love speed, but sudden change breeds rebellion. Inject change subtly. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Confess your flaws. This makes you more dangerous and respected than a flawless mannequin. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Don't take foolish risks intoxicated by a victory you've won. Know when to stop. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Be like water, adapt to the flow. We won't all be billionaires, but we can do justice to our own potential. Here are 48 brutal truths to wipe the exhaustion off your shoulders. It is time to awaken that dormant, ambitious professional inside you. You know the rules of the game now. Whether you get sacrificed as a pawn at that table or turn its setup to your advantage is completely in your hands from this second on. Now go back to that table, make that big decision you've been postponing, stand up and take that step. And if you want to walk with us in this war, combining your power with strategy, subscribe to the channel, because we are just getting started. Take care of yourself, but above all, be yourself. Project Stoa. We are just getting started.